Hey guys, what's up? It's Apollo here. Hope you guys are doing well. And as I'm sure most of you guys already know, it is the new year, and it's actually the second day into 2017. It's been a great year so far. I mean, it's only been 2 days, but whatever. So yeah, you know the saying, new year, new me. So we're actually gonna change it up here a little bit today. We are, well, instead of just sitting back and doing commentary over the battle, we're actually gonna join the battle. So hold on, I've got my Deus Vault starter kit. So I've got some chainmail, and to top it off, I do have my Crusader helmet, which is actually made in India, so you know, whatever. But yeah, it was a gift from my brother, and I just need a lame excuse to put this stuff on. Really, it's just decoration for my desk. But let's go ahead and get started with this fight. So we'll start with the chainmail. Now I know this is supposed to be worn with something under the chainmail, but whatever. You know, it's a starter kit. You got to start somewhere. So let me just find the, this is actually really heavy. I did not expect this to be so heavy. I can't imagine wearing like a full, you know, body chainmail armor. It'd be insane. Alright, so let's, hang on, sorry guys. Okay, so, here we go. Alright, okay. Bear with me. Okay, there we go. Alright, fits on like a glove. Fits on a glove. I mean, could you imagine if I did try to wear this out and just like go grocery shop? I'm just like, you know, getting vegetables, and people are like, what's wrong with you? I'm like, you never know when the Pope's gonna call another crusade. So I've got this on. Now it's time to put on a helmet, and then it's time to get started with this battle. So let me put this on. I know I look ridiculous, but whatever. All right, so this helmet is actually a little big. Again, I think you're supposed to wear something under this. So it might fit better if I actually, or it's just, you know, just big. Maybe it's just not the right size, but I'll see you guys on the battlefield. Alright guys, so here we are on the battlefield. Unfortunately, you can't actually fight as a single soldier in first person on the battlefield in Total War. That would be a really cool feature where one player commands the entire army, and then there's multiple players leading like subdivisions, or maybe even just fighting as a single soldier. It would be pretty intense, but honestly, even if that was a feature, I don't think you guys want to see me fight. I mean, you've seen my mountain blade skills, and it's not, well, it's not great. It's not pretty. So today we do have a Crusader siege battle. We got two Crusading defending forces taking on two Ayyubid defending forces, and I'm using a camera mod, so we can actually get some pretty sick looking angles in this battle. So it's gonna be very sick. Look at this. Look at that. That is awesome. So this is gonna be a great fight. This map looks really cool. As you can tell, the map or the city has been greatly destroyed. At this point, it's like, what are you fighting for? I mean, this is just a pile of garbage. There's really nothing here. It's been under siege for probably a couple years now, just by the look of the damage. You can look at the morale. Look at this, minus 15 morale, melee attack, and defense. So they've already, you know, been sieging this place. The soldiers have been losing hope. So it's not gonna be an easy fight for these Crusaders. But let's now look at the army comps and get this one started. I think it's gonna start any second now, but we are doing slow motion so we don't miss anything. Let's start with the attackers here, the Ayyubid Sultanate. So this army is commanded by Yudi Player, who's also a Total War YouTuber. Check him out. There's a link down below. He's got some Gulam Foot Guard, which is a very good archer slash melee unit. In the very back, he's also got a lot of these axemen, the I don't know how to pronounce it, but it's a really cool axeman unit. Medium infantry, pretty solid. And then he's got the Jund swordsman. This is the best sword infantry for the Ayyubid Sultanate. Very back, he's got some Adath spearmen, which is a tier 1 medium spear infantry. In the very back, I think he's got some Harafisha infantry, which is like a really cool light infantry, fast moving melee infantry. And then he's got the Sultan's bodyguard for his general, and that's pretty much it. He does have some catapults, but that is his force. Lots and lots of infantry. I'm quite surprised he didn't bring a lot of archers, and the archers are firing right now, as you can tell. So let's now move forward. Look at that. Look at the angles we can get. We also have some returning fire from the Crusaders. So let's actually continue on to the next attacking Ayyubid Sultanate army, which he's bringing some Nubian spearmen. spearmen, so it's great to have the Nubians on the battlefield. You don't get to see them too often. And then we have the June swordsman, so nice sword infantry. He's got some catapults which are firing. He does have some spearmen, the June spearman, which is the best spearman for the Ayyubid Sultanate. He's got some Mamluk tabaderia, which is the best axe unit for the Ayyubid Sultanate. You can actually only get like 2 or 3 of them. There's a limit on them because they're so good. And he actually has a lot of Gulam foot guard. He has more swordsmen, some June swordsmen. In the very back, he has the Askari cavalry, which is a pretty solid medium melee cav. So that's it for the attackers, and here comes a volley of fiery death coming down on the defenders. I feel bad for the defenders. I mean, I think at this point, since the city is so destroyed, the defenders, or I'm sorry, the attackers should not have any artillery because it's already just so banged up. But let's look at the defenders now. So the Crusaders, they have very small but elite armies, so I don't really know where one army ends and the other begins, so we're gonna look at them as a whole. But they have some Genoese Marines, which are awesome. I love those shields. He's got some Templar dismounted Knight Brothers late period, which he needs to retreat them because they're very vulnerable to arrow fire. And back here he has more Marines, nice sworded melee infantry. He's got some archers which are putting down the pain, some Crusader marksmen. He's got some Hospitaller dismounted Knight Brothers, and more dismounted Knight Brothers in the back. Templar, nice mix of forces. Here's more archers. In the very back he does have a reserve force, or they have a reserve force, more Knight Brothers mixed in with military order swordsmen, which is one of my favorite swordsmen just because they're so awesome. And then he's got the King of Jerusalem and Cyprus, of course. He's got a catapult, and over on this side it's a very similar army comp. Lots and lots of the same troops. Military order swordsmen. He's got a catapult on the walls, which you don't actually select. The game just gives you that. He does have some Hospitaller he's got some heavy pikemen, and he has some more military order swordsmen. So that's pretty much it for the armies. Let's now do normal speed because this battle is underway. So, breaking through this bridge, he's really got to use the catapults here, obviously, and of course the archers. The only issue with UD player, the player who's leading the Ayyubid Sultanate, the only issue with using both his archers is that this is it for his archer force. And if he uses up all his ammo just trying to take this bridge, it's going to be really difficult for him to be able to soften up the defenses and take this final stand here at the town center. So this is actually really good for the Crusader faction. I think they need to spread out a little bit and see like hits like that. Not a good sign. He needs to spread out, get into loose formation. There's no reason to have so many reserves ready to go at this point. It's just a massive bombardment. And these poor Templar dismounted Knight Brothers are just feeling the burn right now. So yeah, get them out. Okay, good. He's got them in loose formation. His archers are trying to fire back. So I think at this point, he just needs to put some infantry, maybe some archers to put down some returning fire, some suppressing fire, and just have his infantry in the back over here ready to go. And then once the Ayyubid Sultanate sends up their infantry, then move up your reserves. Then, because right now they're just getting destroyed without any kind of fight. So the Genoese Marines, they're in testudo formation, which looks amazing. I mean, this just looks stunning, especially with the arrows flying overhead. The fiery balls of justice breaking this formation. We're going to need another shield in the front, men. Look, there's a couple gaps here now, so they need to maneuver their troops. The water splashing by as the artillery hits. This is actually pretty good for the defenders, where the axemen are actually grouping up. So now would be a good time to use the defending catapult. Also, I like the fact that this Crusader army is so far away from his settlement. That way, if he uses fire arrows, it won't actually burn his own settlement down, which is a common mistake from defenders. I think when you're defending with a catapult, unless it's just like super like no hope, where you got to use fire arrows, I would just use standard shot so you don't actually burn down your own city, which happens all the time. But here comes a great charge from the axemen into the Genoese. This looks amazing, and like I said, look at this camera angle. Look at the angles we can get here with this mod. This is, I don't know why I didn't do this earlier. Looks great. All right, so they're breaking formation. They're now getting into attacking formation, defensive formations, shield wall. We do have arrow support coming down. These axes are actually going to do a pretty good job of breaking down these shields. That's kind of what they're known for. Oh, friendly fire incoming. That's something you got to be careful of too. Oh, there we go. They do get a hit back here though, burning tons and tons of these soldiers. All right, so let's zoom out real quick and look what's going on the other side where they're not quite attacking yet, but they don't really have to destroy the walls already destroyed, so they should be able to just charge up here and take the walls. The Crusaders are not really interested in defending these walls. They've got most of their troops in the secondary line of the defense. Let's head back over to this main fight where the Genoese Marines continue to fight shoulder to shoulder against these axemen, where we can get some fantastic close-ups. So the Crusaders, again, they're greatly outnumbered. So if they're going to win this one, they've got to rely on their archers. They've got to rely on the skill and just how professional their troops are in holding those choke points. You know, it's like 300. It's like the 300 Spartans. Use your skilled units in very close quarters combat, and their numbers will mean nothing. Here comes a supporting charge, though, of Knight Brothers, which I really hope they upgrade that armor. It kind of looks like he's wearing a big t-shirt. It's like, oh, he's dead, though. Now they're going back into testudo form. They're pushing back up on the front line. Arrows coming down. The Crusader marksmen are trying to, let's see, where are they? Actually very far back. They've got a very nice range. So they're trying to put down suppressing fire. They're trying to, I don't know if they're going for the axemen or they're trying to silence the Gulam foot guard. Another axeman unit going to the front line. Actually, we got three more axeman units going to the front line. This might be it for all of his axemen, which this is a good time to use them. Because, like I said, they're a very offensive unit. Look at that front line. Oh, get him! Get him! Nice. I love the kill animations in Attila. Though they don't really work for Total War, it makes the battles very slidey. That Warscape engine's not exactly the most beautiful, but it does look cool every once in a while. I love how the Knight Brothers here, with their nice claymores, just charge in and give support to the Genoese Marines. All right, we do have some troops running though. Where is that going on? Oh wait, no, that's the Ayyubid Sultanate breaking. So they are doing some pretty heavy morale damage to these the Jihadists who are trying to break the Crusader defense. But the Crusaders stand strong. Let's see, the Genoese Marines, they're looking pretty weak. I mean, look at all the casualties here. They really took a beating. More buildings are on fire back here. He does have some Marines ready to go in reserve. His archers are still trying to put down the pain, still trying to get as many kills as possible as he holds this bridge. Which this is a fantastic fight so far. Look at this guy go. Look at him. Get him. Get him. Oh, and he gets him, but he dies instantly. I assume from an arrow or something like that. But he stabs him but dies. That was really tragic for both armies there. Because that guy just lost his head. Lost his head. But yeah, you see, that Muslim soldier, the axeman, if he could just stay alive, if he just was alive for a second longer, he would have lived that situation. That arrow would have came and killed that Crusader. Oh, nice. Shield wall. Oh my god, I love these close-ups, man. This is just too much. This was a great idea. Alright, if you look on the mini-map, the other Crusader army not quite in range of the wall, still just pushing forward. Another great volley from the catapult. Let's turn off the HUD so we get a very cinematic view of this. So the Crusaders are pushing. We got some brave warriors. Look at this guy. He's deep in enemy lines. He's still alive too. He's gonna get back up. We're gonna root for him. I mean, we can really see some epic duels in this with this camera. Yeah, he's surrounded by multiple forces. But the good thing about Warscape, and oh, he's dead. Okay, never mind. The good thing about Warscape is that you can only fight 1v1. They never like team up against you. Oh, the Crusaders though. I think he sent in more Marines. He's got his medium swords coming in to bring some relief to the Genoese. I think most of the Knight Brothers have been killed on the battlefield. Here comes another volley coming in. Trying to burn the defenders, trying to take out the reserves back there. Let's now head over to this other wall where we do have some troops ready to scale the walls. He's got his June swordsmen. They're gonna push up on the destroyed walls, and really, they're gonna face no conflict right here, no resistance. The Crusaders are just gonna let them take it, which is not a bad idea because if you look at these numbers, look how greatly they're outnumbered. It's insane. He does have some spears though holding, or I'm not spears, he's got some swordsmen, military order swordsmen near the arrow tower. Now is this arrow tower still active? It is not, but he's still gonna, he's still decided to hold this street right here. June swordsman taking on the military order swordsmen. So the fight on this front has officially begun. More and more soldiers pushing in. We do have another blockade here from the Crusaders. We're gonna get ready to hold. You got the officer, a very Teutonic looking officer, and they're actually gonna do a counter charge into this fight. That was awesome. So now they're holding on this little street right here. Let's head back over to this fight where it looks like the catapult ammo is gonna hit the other catapult ammo in midair. It's crazy amount of shots going everywhere, and the Crusaders are still standing strong as the Ayyubid Sultanate just really clumps up his troops. He's now got some swordsmen in the fight, which actually might help his forces. He definitely needs those shielded units in the front line. Maybe give some protection to the swordsmen. What a struggle. What a struggle. Yeah, take him on. You got it. I love it. Oh, he's kicking someone's shield. That's a good old mountain blade tactic there. Break shield wall formation. I love seeing the volley of arrows go right over the Crusader heads. And these brave Genoese Marines. There will be songs written about these Genoese Marines. Were you there? Or where were you when the Genoese Marines held the Great Bridge? You were probably not existing, because this is a long time ago. And probably never happened. I'm sure something similar to this happened. Alright, but the numbers are crumbling. They got a really bad hit here from one of the catapults. I think it's only a matter of time. They do have some Marines breaking. Their Genoese Marines still going strong though, and their Templar dismounted Knight Brothers, they're pretty healthy. They got 65 out of 120, which is not, it's not super healthy, but they still have a strong amount of troops holding back the Ayyubid Sultanate, and more troops just pouring in. I mean, this is the trickiest part of taking out this defense. Let's head back over to the other side, how the struggle's going on over here, where, again, the military order, they're holding. They actually do have arrow tower support in the back there. I mean, I know I've been cheesing over this all game, but this camera is just really adding a lot of life to these battles. Just seeing the battle from another perspective is always really fun. Look at that. Look at this. It's great. It's great for screenshots as well. Oh, stabs. Rest in peace, brave knight. This jihadist here, he's on a crusade. Get it? He's on a jihad, I know. All right, let's see what's going on here, where there's actually an opening in the breach where the Crusaders are going to try to hold it. He's got some dismounted Knight Brothers, the Templar Knight Brothers, holding back some June swordsmen. He has more forces over here. This has been an excellent battle so far. We've got some Hospitaller pikemen who are in position to support the front line. They need to send more troops though, because we do have, actually, you know what? He's sent up some spearmen. So they're actually containing back the Ayyubid Sultanate. We got a soldier here who lost his helmet. He's now going helmetless. And they're actually breaking some of the Ayyubid Sultanate. Oh, this guy lost his... Oh, and he just pushes him over with the shield. That's one of my favorites. All right, so let's zoom out here. Very intense fighting over in that street. Let's head over to the bridge where we do have the great break of the Genoese crossbows. Now that we all, or Genoese Marines, excuse me, but he does have his Templar Knight Brothers down to 50 men. They're not really losing too many troops too much. There's actually the officer in the main fight leading his men. He's like, men, we will die here. We will die, and we will be rewarded. Get him. Get him. Oh, the artillery. Oh, he got him, but it wasn't super like Hollywood cinematic, which is usually it's real. Oh, wait. Nope. He just got hit there with the axe, but he's all right. He's just going to shake it off. Oh, he's changing targets. He's supporting his men over on the flank. I love fighting officers and special units, just seeing them fight within their, you know, their unit. Come on, what is this? Stabby, stabby, just take them out. There you go. There you go. Man, these Knight brothers are holding quite well. And then we got a lone soldier here with a pole arm holding back 3 axemen. And the officer's going to come over here and support him. Oh, there he goes. Oh, but he takes one out. The officer will seek revenge. All right, let's let him fight. We'll head back over to the other side real quick, where they're actually breaking more and more the Ayyubid Sultanate. Now, remember, these guys have a lot of troops, but their quality of troops do not compare to the Crusader infantry. Especially for a siege battle. I mean, Middle Eastern armies were built about speed and, of course, having great cav units. They're not exactly built around heavy infantry. So, I mean, of course, they had good infantry, but compared to the Western infantry, where it was all about all about heavy infantry. Like, you could look at the Battle of Tours, where the Muslim forces were held back with some very great heavy infantry. But the fight continues on. You see the jihadists sent up some ladders here to try to overwhelm the defenders, and the defenders are certainly getting overwhelmed. His pikemen are now breaking at this defense. Look at this lone this soldier here. He's just kind of, it's almost like he's going in for a kiss. What is he doing? Fight, dude. He's like, oh, sorry, I fell asleep there for a second. I'm back. I'm in the game. This is awesome. I mean, just all the different angles you can get with this mod just really just makes me happy. The Crusaders are starting to break here. The hordes of Nubian swordsmen, June swordsmen, they're going to be able to break through and crush these Crusader forces, and they should go ahead and evacuate, which is exactly what they're doing on this side, because as soon as this flank is gone, once it's open, they're going to be outflanked and crushed, so he needs to fall back, prepare for his final stand. We do have some cav way back here, though. I forgot to show you this during the army comps, but we've got some Knight Brothers Templar who, they're going to be super critical. They could show up at a very critical moment. Let's head back over to the bridge where, our Knight Brothers unfortunately broke. We did not see the officer make his final stand that we were watching earlier, but that's okay. It happens. I'm sure we could find his body somewhere around here. Somewhere. Maybe not. Rest in peace, officer. You died with your men. Finally, the Ayyubid Sultanate has broken through a very small elite force of men. Now they can continue to push on. They're now taking out the catapult back here. And it's all down to the final stand of these crusading forces. He's got some military order swordsmen. He does have a lot of archers, which is going to be key in this defense. I'm glad he kept the archers alive. The Crusader marksmen late period, they're catching their breaths. It looks like. And he also has more. He's got more spears. So they're going to go to the front line. So all they really have to do is defend. Let's see, 1, 2, I think 4 different choke points, which is quite a bit, to be honest. They don't really have. I mean, look at all the infantry left. Now, remember, the quality of troop for the Ayyubid Sultanate doesn't compare to the Crusader forces, at least infantry-wise. So I don't know if they have enough to take on all those numbers. Like, yes, they could maybe hold out for a pretty long time, but if we look at the kills, I don't think they've killed enough. I think they've got to kill quite a bit more. Did they keep a catapult alive? Yes, they do have a catapult here, which still has ammo, so that's good. We do have a general back here. You might want to retreat him back. Get him back over to the town center to, you know, keep the men of the morale high. Here's the first charge already, so UD player is not even slowing down. He's going right in. He's going to try to soften up these what are they, dismounted Knight Brothers and the Order Swordsmen. Here comes another charge. You might want to, yeah, I think he needs to spread out his forces here a little bit. He's clumping up just way too much. He needs to attack right here and on the other side, but instead he's just going for the center, which is just an ideal target for that catapult. Unfortunately, we can't really zoom in on these kinds of positions. This kind of works. See, where's the rest of his army? Here comes the rest of his army. Now remember, the morale is pretty weak because the settlement damage is at 84%. So what are you supposed to do about that? We do have some arrow fire coming in. He still has his Gulam archers, which he was actually pretty smart about using them. He only used one unit's full ammo. You can see it, which is up in the front. He still has a whole nother unit which has pretty much full ammo. So that's going to be a big deal. That's going to be a big issue. And the Crusaders really need to be taking advantage of this situation where they're just so clumped up. A good catapult shot right here could kill hundreds of troops. What? A general? Wait. Oh, we got, okay. Where did this happen? Oh, we got a charge. We missed the charge from the night. Wait, I thought they were on the other side. They are, so they split up their cav and they actually took out the enemy general. The charge of a lifetime. They took out the enemy general. Now they're moving on for the archers, which they need to keep pushing. Let's actually get the first person view here. I was like, holy crap, how'd they lose their general? Did he charge them into that main fight up there? No, he just died because he wasn't paying attention for this cav charge. Now the knights are charging in to silence his Gulam foot guard. This is huge for the Crusaders. So that was a great use of that cav, hidden cav. So that's what I'm talking about. This is an ideal use of these knights. Using cavalry when you're defending, send them outside, but don't use them right away. Wait for the attackers to be so focused on the fight in the city that they are not paying attention to their army outside the city. And that was a big mistake by UD player, but it's tricky. These Total War games, stuff going on all over the place. And now the hammer of justice is about to hit the anvil. Sparks are going to fly. Blood is going to be shedded here today as the knights get ready to charge in. The very glorious charge of justice. Here they go, guys. Let's get rid of the HUD, make this even more cinematic. Right in the back lines of these forces. What a great fight. Now, unfortunately, most of his cav is still stuck over here taking on some swordsmen, it looks like, or the Gulam foot guard. And more infantry trying to close in on these knights. Alright, so that's why sometimes I don't like to use the HUD or turn off the HUD, because we can miss some stuff on the mini-map. But I'm just glad we got to see that second charge, where look at the massive break here from UD player. Man, this is the #1 reason why you should not clump up your troops like this. I'll try to spread them out, try to attack as many troops, or try to have as many troops in the front line as possible. But these knights are just doing a great job of breaking this massive force. Look at all of these troops. This is a massive break. They might return to the battle, but no. Well, actually, most of them are shattered. Most of them are shattered. He still has a lot of infantry, though, but he lost his general. These knights need to fall back. I hope these knights live. I hope he doesn't send them to their deaths, because they deserve a good turkey leg. Let's head back over to the main fight, where, yep, unfortunately, on this side, things are not going as smoothly, where we have archers, the Gulam foot guard trying to soften up the defenses. The Crusader player does not want to leave his troops like this. He needs to get them behind walls. You don't want to lose men to archer fire. You want to lose men fighting in the front line, obviously. So he needs to get them back. He does have some spear sergeants, which have the very large style shields, which should protect them. He needs to form testudo of some kind. He needs to send over some archers as well to support these men and try to fire back at these archers. But let's see what's going on here. He's slowly inching forward his cav. I'm going to be sure not to miss this cav charge from the Knight brothers. Well, we do have a general right here, but he is protected by a lot of friendly cavalry here. But the Sultan's bodyguard actually in loose formation. Maybe he wants the Crusader force to show up, you know? Maybe he's like, yeah, go for him. Go for him, and I'll kill your knights. Alright, so the Crusaders are very victorious here. The Axemen, the final Axemen unit is breaking. And the Knights are actually holding back this horde. The Templar Knight brothers holding back the horde of Crusaders. But will this be enough? They lost their general. Oh, we got another charge over here. We got more cav in the back. Templar Knight brothers. Just trying to clean up the breaking troops, making sure they don't return to the battlefield. Making sure they shatter. Because once they shatter, they do not return, obviously. But unfortunately, the knights break. And the Crusaders are actually doing a counter charge. They're sending down their infantry, which is gutsy, but I guess he doesn't want to let up. You know, he wants to make sure these guys do not return. But you don't want to leave your defenses, you know? You don't want to be out of position. Oh, wait. Okay, no. The knights haven't charged. I was making sure. I thought they were charging in the back. But they... okay, so looking from the Ayyubid point of view, if they want to win this battle, UD player pretty much lost his army here, but he did do a decent amount of damage. But it's going to make things pretty tricky for the Ayyubid Sultanate. And if they do want to win this battle, they have to attack on all these different choke points. He's got to spread out his army, move them around, attack here, here. Everywhere you can attack, you must attack it if you're going to win this fight. So hopefully he spreads out his forces. Now remember, he still has a lot of archers with a lot of ammo. So he's going to be able to sit back and kill a lot of troops without actually engaging any infantry. So that's always a good sign. We still have the general back here, which I think, what is he doing? He might be going out. He might be doing a little sally out. We'll see. We'll see what he's up to. But this fight around here, it's disaster. We do have a general actually charging out. This is the king of Jerusalem and Cyprus from the late period, coming out and just doing all the dirty business, cleaning up the breaking troops, maybe taking some prisoner to ransom. Get some gold out of it. But really what's left of the Ayyubid army on this flank are the two spearmen here. Okay, let's... I'm so paranoid about missing cav charges that I keep looking at the minimap. And I keep looking back here just to make sure he's not sending them in. But I think the Ayyubid Sultanate's being very smart about it. He's keeping his general close by. He already saw his ally lose his general to a sneaky cav charge, so he doesn't want to make the same mistake. But we do have infantry committing on this front, so he's not going to take all the time in the world to use all his ammo. He's actually going to get his men in there. He's going to try to clean up these Crusaders and take out the city. The city that's been under siege for so many years, so many months. The Nubian spearmen working with the, it looks like the June swordsmen or the June spearmen. Nubian spearmen they're pretty solid. Honestly, I don't know their stats. I rarely ever use them. There's another Crusader who lost his helmet. That or he just never had a helmet. Oh! A Claymore of Justice. Alright, nice archer fire on this side. He's got some Hospitaller Caravan, which is a really cool crossbow unit. So they're getting some good shots to the reserves back there. And a very small number of Knight Brothers are holding back a very large number of, what are these, Tabadoria? No, they're June swordsmen. I think, you know, he does have some Tabadoria in the mix, so that's going to be a huge issue for these Crusaders. Alright, I do see some movement on the map here. We can look on tactical view where the Crusaders are just... Well, hold on. Let's go back. Come on. Let's go back and look at what's going on here. We do have some... Yes, this is actually really good for the Ayyubid Sultanate, for the Jihadists, who are taking advantage of the aggressiveness of the Crusaders who are out of their defensive position. So they're actually getting cut down by the shock cav or the melee cav, which still has a nice, you know, charge bonus. So they're gonna be able to use their fast-moving cav to run down the very vulnerable spearmen and swordsmen who don't have any protection against the cav units. Nice, just poked him in the back. Oh, but you dead. So unfortunately, he needs to keep moving this cav. He needs to keep doing cycle charges. But he is breaking some of the infantry. So that is a positive note for the Ayyubid Sultanate if you're rooting for the Ayyubid Sultanate. They are starting to push back the crusading defenses here a little bit. The balance of power is still in favor, but the numbers, look at the numbers. It's a lot closer now as the Crusaders continue to just murder these soldiers. And they're still fighting on pretty well here. The Mamluk Tabaderia actually kind of struggling to break through these great spearmen. Oh, here. Oh, we missed the charge. Dang it. That's right. It wasn't like super critical. Oh my god. The arrows from the flank though. Did you see that? That was disgusting. Here comes another volley. Your backs are turned. This poor guy, he's got like an arrow, yeah, right in his back. That's gotta hurt. But he fights on, dang it. The adrenaline is just pumping through his blood. He feels no pain. Unfortunately, the Crusaders are making the same mistake that the Ayyubid Sultanate is. I mean, why is he not going for these archers here? He could leave one cav unit to hold back the spears, send one cav unit out, and attack the archers. But he needs to be getting cycle charges, especially with this heavy shock cav. So he's not really using them that effectively. Let's go back over to this main fight, excuse me, where more and more troops are pouring in as the Crusaders hold on for dear life. The archers in the back are still putting down suppressing fire on the infantry. The infantry is just pouring in now. That's actually a pretty smart move. Oh, someone just got stabbed in the head. But yeah, that's a smart move because the closer you get, the closer your entire force gets to the enemy, it makes it harder for those archers to kill your troops without getting friendly fire. So that was a good move there. Try to get some friendly fire in those forces. All right, the cav actually disengaged. 2 cav units disengaged. I think they're still getting shot at from arrows though. He might want to turn around and go for those archers again. I don't know why. That's a healthy unit of archers with full ammo and their Gulam foot guard. These guys can fight well in melee, so why not go for them? Just charge at them. Oh, he's got a unit breaking already though. So I think it's too late for that now. So yeah, they missed their opportunity there, which is unfortunate for the defenders. Now, finally, we do have some forces flanking around the other side. We have military order swordsmen holding them back. That looks really cool. I love that neon green they have in their shields. So the balance of power is pretty even, guys. Do the defenders have enough to win this one? We will find out in about 3 minutes and 45 seconds. Where more and more of the Ayyubid Sultanate breaking. I don't know why he just didn't sit back and use his archers. I think at this point he needs to continue to do that because his infantry is really struggling, trying to break through those forces. There's their point of view as they try to fight back these troops. Oh, they're breaking over here as well. We actually have one of the generals supporting their men. Hopefully he didn't charge the back of his own men. That's a very common mistake I see a lot of people do, where they charge in their general, and I've done it too many times on the backs of their own troops, and it actually hurts your own army. But maybe he just walked him in. The general's actually, the King of Jerusalem is wavering. He does not want to lose his general at this moment. He's going to need him, and the morale's already weak. Remember, they've got minus 15 morale because the city's 84% destroyed. Oh, he did charge his knights in over here, though. He went for the general, I believe. The Sultan's bodyguard still going strong, though. He's got 20 men left out of his 38 total. And the troops, yeah, look at all of the fallen knights here. Not a successful cav charge. Not a successful cav charge at all. All right, so let's head back to the town center where more and more Crusader knights are breaking because of the death of their general. He needs to fall back the infantry who have finally won in their fight over at the 2 towers here, the 2 arrow towers. Just a butcher of a battle. Yeah, they need to go back. The general, though, why is he going in? Why are they being so aggressive with their generals? Oh, there goes the Ayyubid Sultanate. Ayyubid Sultanate now moving in. The floodgates have opened. He's trying to get some spears in position. Some long spears. But is it going to be enough? I think it was too slow to move his men over there. Why is he not sending in his reinforcements? He needs these swordsmen over at the main fight. Man, I don't know why he sent his general in like that. That was just a disaster, as the Ayyubid Sultanate is going to be able to break these forces unless they can pull off. Wait, the enemy general is... Why? Why did he send him in? That's it, guys. That's game. There's no way to recover from that. I mean, I like the aggressive cav play. I love using generals aggressively, but that is just silly aggressive. And now the Crusader spirits. Look, these swordsmen are going to see their general's bodyguard flee for their lives. And they're going to be like, what's going on? Where's the general going? There's no hope. They're gonna break. Yep, they're down to crossbows over on this side. They take on the Ayyubid horde. And more forces moving in as well. Not sure why he's not paying attention over here. I don't get it. I guess he just didn't realize. Maybe they broke and came back. But it doesn't really matter. It's not like that small couple units, the depleted units, could come back and save the day. And I assume this catapult has used up all its ammo. Maybe, yeah, I don't think it's got any more ammo, so now the infantry's pouring in. They're taking the city. The Ayyubid Sultanate most likely will be victorious here today. Let's go ahead and just look at the final stand of the Crusaders, where the general actually returned, or at least the body. Oh no, they broke again. They're gone once again. Oh, they're breaking. And that's the fight, guys. That is the battle. Insane. Okay, so that was really well played by the Crusader faction. They did some really awesome, like, to the start of the battle, they made some great decisions, like going after the general, that great hammer and anvil on this massive force. But they just made some silly mistakes as well when they charged in their general when it wasn't really necessary. And it just, also the cav charge, I mean, it can be tricky trying to micro everything, but the cav charge out here was not super successful. He should have went for those archers. But it was a tough fight. I mean, at the start, they had a huge disadvantage. They had way less troops. The troops were better, but the city was just so destroyed that the morale and their effectiveness was way down. And the Ayyubid Sultanate had huge armies. So, yeah, that wraps it up. Let's go ahead and look at the end results here, where we can see the Ayyubid Sultanate. They're not going to get too many impressive kills just because they have so many troops, but mostly it's the Gulam Foot Guard who did all the heavy lifting. Then we have DWSSN. His troops did pretty well. Again, the Gulam Foot Guard, I'm glad he brought a lot more. And then we have the Black Bishop, who his army, look at these kills, guys. I mean, this is what, look how small these forces are. And the king getting 265, which is really impressive. 229 with the military order swordsman. And then Crazy Grandma fighting as the Crusades. The cav did all right. The catapult getting a ton of kills. And I think most of the swordsmen doing about average there, but a great fight from both players. That was really enjoyable. Some epic shots there. Great beginning scene with that bridge battle. But again, thank you, UD Player, for the battle replay. Really enjoyed this one. Thank you guys for watching. If you did enjoy this video, be sure to leave a like, a comment, share, and of course subscribe. Thanks, guys, and I will see you next time.